Okay guys, so woke up to a little surprise this morning and we've got to get our brooder box ready. I buy a tote, clear tote. The lines that you see drawn there is where I'm going to cut it out. And we're going to put some, I call it rabbit wire, but it's hardware cloth down and tape it to the top so they have air. On the inside, I've got pine shavings at the bottom, medicated chick starter, and they're aqua gems. So they're for your aquarium, but what you do with those is you put them in the bottom of your feeder or your water, your water here, and that way they don't drown and they can peck at it. So it's to help them not drown, and since they are shiny and they like to peck at shiny things, they'll peck at it and learn where their water is at. You'd only have to do this for maybe like the first week or so, and then I think they'll be fine. So we're going to put this together real quick and we'll be right back. Okay, before we just give them water, I put this Hydro Hand supplement for inclusion in drinking water. 3-in-1 antibiotics in their water for like the first week or two. If you don't have this, sugar would work just fine. 1 scoop, I think, does 1 gallon, and our water is 1/4 of a gallon, so we're just going to put 1/4 of a scoop of this into our water. Okay. We've got our probiotics in our water. Scatter our rocks around. Sadie, get your nose back. Alright, so we got our water. We'll set it to the side, and then we're going to fill up our feeder. Okay, we've got our feeder down. It's time to put the chick in there. Alright, here's our little chick. Wasn't supposed to hatch this early. Today's actually lockdown day. So we're going to go ahead and put this little chick in there. He's already pretty much dry. Also, what I like to do is when they're first born is to take and dip their head in the water and then into the feed. That way they know where it's at. And there you go. And so you can see we have cut a hole at the top of the lid to the tote for our brooder box. I have already cut a piece of wire that's going to fit down over that. That's to help for ventilation in the brooder box. And then some good tape. Some good tape that's going to hold this down. All right, let's get to building. So make sure that you've got plenty of room. Mash it down. You can use any kind of tape, really. This is some tape that we have on hand. Duct tape will work. Clear packing tape I would not think would work on this. Put it on the edge of the wire. Flatten it down. I want to say too, when you're building your brooder box, you can do it out of anything. Me, it's just easier to do it out of a tote. And if you're going to do it out of a tote, make sure it's clear and not a dark colored tote. Because as you know, dark colors absorb heat better. And so when you have your heat lamp on top of this, it's really going to make it hot in there. So I always try to do a clear tote. All right, there you go. Let's go put it together. Okay, we've got it put together. We've got our light on there, shining down. So our light's on there shining down. You got to make sure that your tape and stuff, you got plenty of room. I've got about 1.5 feet right here. If it gets too cold in there, you need to put a thermometer in there. If it gets too cold, you can always lower the light. But I always put the light on this side, so this side stays warmer, and then their water and their food can stay on the cooler side. All right,